Hello guys and welcome to Python programming tutorials by Amulya's Academy. We were discussing about Matplotlib package, and in that we were discussing about different types of plot. And today in this tutorial we'll discuss about histograms. Histogram is a graphical representation that organizes a group of data points into specified range. So here what we will do is there will be input values and we'll take the range of that input values. Then we'll divide that range into different intervals. Next we'll count how many values fall into each interval and we'll represent that using the bars. So it is an interval versus frequency graph. So let's take an example to get the clear picture of this concept. If I want to represent age of different people using a graph, then I can use this histogram. I'll take the age of 40 to 50 people as the input value. Next what I'll do is I'll take the range of the age. Then we need to divide that range into different intervals. For example, we can make the age of a person belongs to 1 to 10 is a one group. Next we can take 11 to 20, 21 to 30, like that. We can take different interval of age. Then we'll see how many people will come under that interval. And we can represent that using the histograms. Creating a histogram provides a visual representation of data distribution. Histograms can display a large amount of data and the frequency of the data values. Here using the histograms we can represent the large amount of data and its frequency. Alright, next to create the histograms in Python using Matplotlib, we can use hist function. This hist function belongs to pyplot module. So you can write it as matplotlib.pyplot.hist, the function name, and then you can take the parameters. This function contains many parameters. So here we can see this is the parameters of this function. So the first parameter is x. X is nothing but the input value here. You can take an array or sequence of array. In the age example, age of different persons is the x value, the input value. And here x is compulsory, rest all parameters are optional because it has a default value. If you didn't use that, it will take the default value. But x is compulsory. Next, the parameter is bins. The default value is none. That means it will take the value as 10. You can take bins as integer value, sequence, or the string value. Default value is 10. So here bins is nothing but the interval. As I said, first we need to take the input. Next we need to find out its range. Then we need to divide that range into different interval, right? That is done by this parameter. Bins is nothing but the interval here. You can take interval as the integer value here, or you can take the sequence, or you can take the string value. First I'll tell you what happens if I take bins as the integer value, interval as the integer value. For example 10, 5, like that. Then it will define that number of equal width bins in the range. That is nothing but when I mention bins as 5, we'll get 5 intervals. We'll get 5 bars in that range. If I take bin as 6, it will give 6 bars. We'll get 6 equal width bins. So let's take the example for this first. Here we imported matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, and next here we can say x label, y label, title and show function. Here first I need to take the x value, right? So here x is nothing but the input values. Here I'll take the age as the input. So I already stored few values here. Here you can see I'll copy this. I guess it has some 60 values. Okay, so here paste that. It is the age of 60 people. Next I need to use plt.hist function, right? And here I need to take x value. And here I won't take any other parameter. That means all other parameter will take the default value. So bin will take the 10 value. And here let's take the x label. So here I'll take age and y label as count. I'll take the population age count. Okay, so let's execute this. And here we can see our graph. Here you can't see individual bars properly. That is because here edge color and the face color of bar is same, blue. That's why we can't differentiate between the different bars. If you change the edge color, then you can see the difference. I hope you noticed in the hist function, we can use the keyword arguments also. Here you can see. So using the keyword arguments, you can change the edge color or color of the bars. We already discussed about that many times in this series, so I won't explain you much about that. Now if I want to change the edge color, I can just use EC equal to, and I can take any color, for example red. This is the keyword argument. EC stands for edge color. You can take edge color equal to also the keyword argument name. Here we can see now edge color is different, that's why we can see the bars. Here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total 10 bars. Because bin is 10, so it will give 10 bins, equal with 10 bins. If you see the Xtix label, you can't see the proper label. That's okay, but here you can see the 10 bins, right? This is nothing but the count. Between the different age interval, you can see the count. If I take bin here, so here bin is the second parameter, right? If you don't want to mention the name of the parameter, you can just take 5 after x value. If you want to mention this parameter anywhere else in this function, for example here, then you need to take bins equal to 5. Here I am taking this in the second position, that's why I am not mentioning the parameter name. So let's execute this, and here we can see 5 bins of equal width, right? If I take 3, here you can see 3. Done. Next, as I said, you can take bins as the sequence also. That is nothing but you can mention the bins in a list or array. So if bins is a sequence, then it defines the bin edges like this. This is the bin edges. So what happens is 1 and 5. So first interval is nothing but from starting from 1 and ending at 4. It won't include 5. Okay, it is like this. This means included. This parenthesis means excluded. 1 and 5. Here 1, 2, 3 and 4 comes here. Next, between 5 and 7, 5 and 6 is included, 7 is not included. Between 7 and 9, 7 is included, 8 is included, 9 is not included. At last we have 9, 10 and 11. We'll get 4 intervals. It can be of equal space or it can be of different space. It can be unequally spaced. So when we take bins as the sequence, it will define the edges of the bins. So let's take the example for this. I'll take, instead of taking 3, I'll take a list and I'll take starting from 1 and take till 11. Next edge I want is 21. I'll take 31, 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, 101. Or you can take this Control X and I can give a variable name here. I'll take these values in a variable. I'll store that in a variable, and here instead of writing that, I'll take y value. Okay. So now if I execute this, here we can see it is from 1 to 10. Here there are 4 people are there. Then 11 to 20. There are 8 people are there in that age, 11 to 20, like that. So now if you want to change the X label, here you can change that using PLT Xtix, and you can take the label as Y. Y is nothing but the bins interval, right? Now here you can see it clearly. So here we can see from 1 to 11. So here it contains 1 to 10. So 11 is not included, right? That's why. From age 1 to 10, there are 4 people. From 11 to 20, there are 8 people. From 21 to 31, there are, I guess, 9 people, like this. You can take the interval also. For example, if I remove this 1 and 101, okay, I want from 11 to 91. Then if I execute this now, it will take bin from there 11 to 91 till starting from 11 till 91. So when you take bin as the integer value, it will give that number of equal width bins. If you take it as the sequence value, that is nothing but the edge of the bins. Or you can take a string value also, and you can mention these values, auto, FD, this value. Here auto is the best option. So I'll remove this, and here I'll remove this also. And here instead of this, I'll mention auto. Here you can see. And if you want more information, you can check the documentation. If you are not understanding this, don't worry. Try with the different example, you will understand this. So the next parameter is range. The default value is none. You can take tuple value or none. This is nothing but the lower and upper range of the bins. If you didn't mention that, it will take the minimum value of x and maximum value of the x as the range. Range has no effect if bins is a sequence. For example, here I am taking auto, right? So then I'll take range. Now what it is doing is, it will take the minimum value of x and maximum value of x as the range. Now if I want different range, for example, if I take range as from 0 to 200. Now if I execute this, here we can see the range of the bins. It is starting from 0 until 200. Lower and upper limit of the bins, if I take 110, here we can see. If I take, for example, bin as 20, and here I'll take it is from 0 to 110. From 0 to, it will take till 110. What it will do is, it will take from 0 to 110, then it will give 20 equal width bins from that. Here when I didn't mention the range, okay, so when I take x equal to 20, here it will take 1 and 100 as the maximum and minimum range, okay. So it will do 100 minus 1, so I'll get 99. 99 divided by 20, that will be the width of each interval. If I take bin as 5, and here we can see, here width is nothing but 100 minus 1, that is the minimum value and maximum value of the x value. 100 minus 1 is 99. 99 divided by 5, that will be the width of each bar here. Now if I take range here, that will be the maximum and minimum value, right? If I take from 0 to 100, and if I take the bin as 20, then 100 minus 0, that is 100. 100 divided by 20. And the next parameter is density. It will take boolean values true or false. So the default value is false. If it is true, then it will draw and return a probability density. So here each bin will display the bin's raw count divided by the total number of counts and the bin width. So here I'll remove the other parameters. I only take x value, so all other parameter will take the default value. Now if I execute this, here we can see now it is representing the count in the each interval, right? Now when I take density as true, here if I take density is equal to true, and if I execute this now every bin is representing bin's raw count divided by the total number of count and the bin width. So that is nothing but when we take density as false, that is the default value. Here the highest count was, yes, it is 16, okay. So now if I take density as true, it will become 16 divided by the raw count divided by the total count, the input count. I took input as 60, so total input count is 60. Multiply, here I need to take width of each bar. Here width of each bar is nothing but I took from 1 to 100. So that is nothing but 99, and I took bin as 10, so 9.9. So width is 9.9. This will result in, I'll get 0.02. So now if I take density as true here, our total result was 0.0269. So here we can see that. So what happens is, when we take density as true, it will give the probability density. To calculate the probability density, we need to take the raw bin count divided by the total bin count into width of the bar. So the next parameter is weights. The default value is none. It is nothing but the array of weights. It should be same shape of x. Each value in x only contributes its associated weight, that is nothing but 1, towards the bin count, right? If I take array like this, the age count between 1 to 10 is here 2. Because here 2% has the age between 1 to 10. That's why 1 count for each. So we'll get count as 2. Now if you want different count, if you want to assign the different count for different age or different value, then you can use these weights. So I'll show you the example. So I don't want these many data here weight. So I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then here I'll take weights equal to, I'll assign a weight for each value. Okay, here I'll take, when I get 1, I need to add the count as 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I'll assign the same count, 2. Let's take the bins as, here let me take the sequence. So I'll take the bins like this, and here I'll take plt.xticks, and I'll give a name to this, Control X, and I'll name it as Y, and here I'll take Y, and here also xticks I'll take Y. So let's execute this. Now here we can see between 1 to 11, that is between 1 to 10 the count is 2, 11 to 21 count is 4, and 21 to 31 count is 6. So let's check that. Here the input is 1, 12, 22, 21, 20, 21, right? Between the value 1 to 11, here we have only one value, but here we can see 2. That is because here we gave the weight as 2, right? When it will see the value between 1 to 10, it will take the count as 2. For single value, it will take the count as 2. From 11 to 21, here we can see 2 values, right? 12 and 20. Because we added the 2, here it will get 4. Next, between the 21 and 30, 3 values are present. So the count is 6 here. If I add different value, here 1, here 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. We'll get different output here now. Because here we can see between 1 and 10 there is one value. I took count as 2. So it will take 2 here. Between 11 and 20 there are 2 values, but I took count as 1. For 12 the value is 1. Here we can see weight is 1. So 1 weight. And for 20 the weight is 2. Here we can see. So 1 plus 2, 3. So here we can see 3. Next, between the 21 and 31. Here we have 3 values. For 22 the weight is 2. For 21 the weight is 1. So 3. And for 21 here weight is 2. So 5. So total 5 here. So in this way this works. Okay, so in this way you can mention the weights. And next parameter is cumulative. You can take boolean value or -1. Default is false. If it is true, then a histogram is computed where each bin gives the counts in that bin plus all the bin for smaller value. The last bin gives the total number of data points. So here what it will do is, it will give the bin count plus the count of the smaller bin. So I'll show you the example. Let's remove this and I'll take cumulative equal to true. And let's execute this. So now here each bin represents the count in that bin plus all bins for smaller value. That is, here we can see the input, right? Input values. In this interval, that is 1 to 11, we can see only one value, right? So this bin will represent that value, that is count 1. And also it will check for the smaller value from that. Here we can't see any smaller value than that. So it will represent only 1 here. For the next bin, here we can see between the 11 and 21, here we can see the 2 values, right? So count becomes 2. Plus we need to check the smaller bin value. Here only one value is smaller than the 12 and 20, that is 1. So that count will be added to this. So it will become 3. So it will represent 3. And for last, here we can see the count is 6, that is between 21 and 31. Here we can see 3 values, that is 22, 21, 21, right? So total count becomes 3. Next, we need to add the smaller values. There are 3 more values are present which are smaller than these values. That is 1, 12 and 20. So that count will be added and here it will become 6. Now if I take cumulative as -1 or the value which is less than 0, then it will reverse this process. That is, if I execute this, here we can see we'll get the output in the reverse order. So here what it will do is, it will check for the bin count in the bin plus the higher value. So here in this interval between 1 and 11, there is only one value present, 1. So count becomes 1. Next it will check how many greater value or larger values are present here. So here we can see all the values are greater than 1. So it will become 1 plus 5, so 6. So it will represent 6. And for the next bin, 11 to 21, here we can see 2 values in this range. So count becomes 2. Plus we need to check for the bigger values. Here we can see except 1, all other values are greater than these two, 12 and 20. So count becomes 5. And for the next interval it is 3. In this interval comes these 3 numbers, and there are no other values which are greater than this value. So it will become 3. So it will represent 3. Alright, so this is about this parameter. I think this video will become very lengthy because we have many parameters to discuss. So I'll stop this video here and we'll discuss about rest parameter in the next tutorial. So that's it for now guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care.